4th of June 2025. Not much on the deck at the moment since most of the garden is now planted. There's some ginkgos there, a mandarin orange, a few spare tomatoes and some rosemary. We've just had a delightful row of about 3 days of sunny weather, so I've been able to get a lot of stuff planted now that the risk of frost is largely past. Let's start over in the greenhouse shade structure. Basically 3 long rows of tomatoes. Not very big at the moment, but then various issues in the house have slowed them down. Also, I have 5 pots of sweet potatoes, a collection of figs and other stuff that may need watering fairly soon. And here at the end I have a couple of pots of beets in pots so that the voles might not get them. Carrots, ditto regarding the voles. Okay, weeds to get rid of in there. I apologise for that. This is a hippeastrum, or there's another name for it, but I call it a hippeastrum. Waiting to see whether it's going to produce babies or not, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be inclined to do so. Now, down in the main garden, lots of rhubarb. Rhubarb is in its prime and maybe just a few days past. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of potatoes. Now these are the genuine McCoy, Yukon Gold and russets that I have been growing here for the last 30 years from my own seed. Now this row is a bit different. I needed an extra row, so I took some sprouts from single sprouts from potatoes, commercial variety, and brought them on inside the house. Now whether they will survive or not as single sprouts, I don't know. Here we have butternut squash, 6 hills. The idea is that they will grow straggly when the garlic comes out. Hopefully too the potatoes will be mostly done because they will start to get long at that time. No escapes on the garlic yet that I can see anyway. I looked fairly closely. We've had lots of rain, so that's been a boon for the garlic. Rhubarb, lovely rhubarb. My experiment with controlling the weeds in the asparagus seems to be working out fairly well. My transplanting, however, did not work well. I have to examine why that did not happen. Now, I obtained this little fellow here. It's a garden cedar. Saved me about 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, of planting. Beans in this area right here. Did a fine job. I was very pleased. However, I will have to go through and push a few seeds back into the ground because some of them seem to want to live at the surface. Maybe my technique was not very good. That would have taken me about 3 hours, 2 hours to 3 hours to plant up if I hadn't had that cedar. So I'm pleased with it. Also, we have beans, pole beans planted here. I'll be waiting for those to appear in about a week and a half, 10 days. Zucchini in here. Swiss chard in a line there. And succession plantings of gladiolus here. Now, what I'll be able to fill that, I don't think I'll have enough gladiolus to fill that whole section, but we'll see. We'll see. Tarragon, onions, a couple of types of onions, Dutch and Spanish. Some arugula, and that's a complete mess of chives, but I'll sort those out. So, the compost is working very well, enjoying that, and also the willows are producing a nice lot of shoots. I don't know really the status of the fruit trees yet, but it looks as though the pear trees have produced fruit. I don't know whether they will abort them or not, but we'll see. Anyhow, that's it. Thank you for your time. Bye.